Long ago, in the ancient land of Bahaarstan, there lived a poor potter named Naseeb Bakhta. Every day he worked hard shaping clay pots, and every evening he loaded them onto his donkey and went to the market to sell them. Nearby, in the dense forest close to the village, lived a ferocious lion who had terrified everyone in the region. Many villagers and animals had already fallen victim to the beast. One night, after a long exhausting day, Naseeb returned home and, too tired to think, he tied his donkey not in the stable but in the open courtyard. He then went inside and fell asleep. Meanwhile, the lion, searching for prey, wandered toward the village. Suddenly a violent storm broke out. Trees were being uprooted by the fierce winds. The lion forgot about hunting. He needed shelter. Running through the darkness, he found a small empty hut near the village and slipped inside to escape the storm. Back at home, the sound of heavy rain woke Naseeb. He suddenly remembered that he had left his donkey tied outside in the rain. Worried, he rushed out. But when he reached the tree where the donkey had been tied, the donkey was gone. Only a broken rope lay on the ground. "Ah, the foolish donkey must have broken free and run into the forest," he muttered. Convinced the donkey must have taken shelter in another hut, he picked up the loose rope and walked toward the forest in the raging storm. After an hour of stumbling through dark, muddy paths, he reached a small hut. Lightning flashed again and again, revealing a large animal lying beside the door. "There you are," Naseeb shouted, "sleeping peacefully while I wander through the forest looking for you." In the darkness, he saw his donkey, but it was actually the lion. Naseeb, unable to tell the difference, angrily slapped its back, jumped on top of it, wrapped the rope around its neck, and pulled tight so it wouldn't escape again. The lion froze in terror. This frightening human had just slapped a lion, mounted it, and threatened it loudly without fear. The lion thought, "If I disobey, this man might kill me." Terrified, the lion obeyed every pull of the rope and walked toward the village. Naseeb guided it proudly back home, tied it to a tree, and went inside to sleep. At dawn, villagers walking past Naseeb's home gasped in shock. A living lion was tied in front of his house. The news spread like wildfire. People gathered by the dozens. They praised Naseeb's bravery, calling him a hero. Some even bowed to him. Everyone believed he had fought the lion and captured it with his bare hands. The truth, of course, was the opposite. Naseeb fainted the moment he realized what he had tied outside his home. His wife revived him and insisted he must be grateful that fate had blessed him unexpectedly. Around the same time, Bahaarstan's king, King Dargul, was troubled. Their neighboring kingdom, Dagestan, ruled by the powerful king Orang Shuja, had been attacking Bahaarstan repeatedly. A war seemed unavoidable. The royal advisor mentioned the story spreading through the village. A man who captured a lion alive, a man fearless enough for command. King Dargul was impressed and immediately summoned Naseeb. When the royal messenger delivered the news, Naseeb was stunned. "Me? A commander? I'm just a potter." Still, he obeyed the king's call and prepared himself. The reluctant commander. At the palace, Naseeb was treated like an honored guest. The king ordered that he be made the supreme commander of the army. A grand house, an elegant stable, and a magnificent black warhorse were assigned to him. But Naseeb had a problem. He had never ridden a horse in his life. All night he worried, imagining himself falling and being humiliated in front of the whole kingdom. Early in the morning, he and his wife went to the stable. The horse looked enormous, much taller than any donkey he had ever seen. His wife had an idea. "Place that table next to the horse. Climb on it and then mount the horse." Naseeb struggled but finally sat on the horse. Then he worried he would fall off, so his wife tied both his feet tightly into the stirrups and secured them with ropes under the horse's belly. He clutched the horse's neck in panic. Then the horse began to run. Fast, very fast. Naseeb had no control. The horse galloped through the streets, broke open the city gates, raced through fields, crossed streams, tore across the countryside, and headed straight toward the battlefield. Naseeb held onto a tree branch to stop the horse, but the branch broke and came off in his hand. At the next tree he tried again, another branch broke off. Soon he was holding two heavy branches. To the enemy soldiers watching from afar, the sight was terrifying. A furious commander riding at full speed, snapping tree branches with his bare hands, charging straight toward their camp. "It's the lion slayer," one soldier shouted. "He tears trees apart as he rides. Run for your lives." Panic spread instantly. Dagestan's soldiers fled in terror. Even King Orang Shuja, who was observing from a distance, lost courage. He left behind a letter of surrender and escaped. At that moment, Naseeb's horse finally slowed and stopped. Exhausted, he fell off, but nobody saw him fall. When he entered the enemy camp, he found only silence and the letter, which he placed in his pocket. A hero returns. Walking home tired and aching from the wild ride, Naseeb was greeted by cheering villagers who lined the streets, calling him a great commander. He was too tired to comment. When he reached home, he handed the letter to his wife and told her to deliver it to the king. King Dargul read the letter and declared, "This commander has saved our kingdom. He must be honored." He asked for Naseeb, but his wife said, "He is resting, Your Majesty. The battle exhausted him." The king smiled. "Let him rest. Tomorrow we shall reward him generously." The next day, Naseeb walked to the palace since he refused ever to ride a horse again. The entire town celebrated him. The king welcomed him with pride, seating him beside the throne. From that day forward, peace returned to Bahaarstan. Dagestan never dared attack again. The villagers lived happily, always remembering the potter who became a commander, not through strength or training, but through destiny, innocence, and a bit of comic luck.